Today's Bach Dirty to Me recap is brought to you by North Fulton Phallus Palace. In baseball, even the best hitters' bats go cold. If you're concerned that your bat is in a slump, come see your friends at North Fulton Phallus Palace and let us help you put those balls in play. Take it away, Styles.
Hey Braves fans, welcome back to another episode of Bach Dirty to Me game recap for Braves and Giants game number 3. Giants managed to finish off the sweep. Pretty disappointing. They came to town. Their bats are hot. We thought our bats were hot. Giants are pretty hot right now. And their pitching ERA on the road is just over 2.5. So they're a tough team out west. And with Kershaw on the DL all of a sudden, and Dodgers not being able to score a ton of runs, Giants had come out of the West looking pretty good here, but let's get down to business on Game 3. Wasn't a ton of action, so I'll make it pretty quick here. Soroka's on the mound, along with his 10-inch neck against Suarez of the Giants. First inning started out well. Seems to always start out well for the Braves, luckily, but Soroka didn't sit him down in order, but got the first 2 out. And Sandoval ended up grounding out to Ozzie to end the inning. But for the Braves side of things, started out pretty good. Acuna came up and singled to left. Markakis grounded out to Hansen at second base, but he ended up bobbling the ball. And Markakis, in all his glorious speed, Hansen ended up not even being able to make a throw. So E4 on that play. Bautista had a great battle and ended up working a walk there. And Flowers gets up and hits a ground ball to Sandoval, who dove for it but bobbled it on the exchange, and that ended up driving in Acuna. Camargo, little tough luck, smokes one down third baseline, and this time Sandoval ends up handling the ball, makes the throw over and gets him out. So 1-0 Braves. They do a very good job of scoring in the first inning. I wish they could have that sort of energy throughout all the innings that they do in innings number 1, 7, 8. Anything in between that seems like they slow down a lot lately, but not much happening in inning 2, 3 up, 3 down for both squads. Inning number 3, Gregor Blanco leads things off, singles to center field. McCutchen ends up working a walk. Belt line to Markakis, and Blanco tags, gets to third. Hundley lines past Ozzie, which drives home Blanco, and McCutchen to second, so it's 1-1 in top of the third. Sandoval line drive down the left field line. McCutchen scores to make it 2-1. Crawford finally hits a comebacker to Soroka, luckily, who ends up getting a double play and getting out of the inning. Things were getting a little sticky there. Nothing happening for the Braves in the bottom of the third. Top of the fourth, Allen Hansen reaches on a hot shot that Freddie just couldn't handle, knocked the ball down, but it bounced away from him. Jackson up next, hits a slow roller. Camargo puts it in his back pocket. It was just hit so slow, and they had a shift going on. And Suarez, perfect sack bunt, moves the runners over to second and third. Blanco grounds to Freddie. Freddie throws home instead of taking the out at first, and very close play at home, but the runner ended up being safe. So now we got runners on first and third, and it's 3-1 Giants already again here in the fourth inning. McCutchen's up next, hits a sac fly to left field, runner tags. Acuna's throw was close, but runner was safe at home, so 4-1 Giants. Brandon Belt's up next, bloops one over Bautista's head, who is playing at shortstop due to the shift. Runners on first and third. Finally, Hundley grounds out up the middle to end the inning. So 4-1. Everything the Giants were hitting seemed to be finding gaps and blooping over the infielders' heads. So kind of not anything sweet. Braves bats were quiet again in the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fifth, Sam Freeman's on the mound, and Freeman ends up striking out the side. A couple guys got on, but he looked pretty good. And again, nothing happening for the Braves in the bottom of the fifth. Top of the sixth, McCutchen single to right field. Brandon Belt gets a base on balls, and Hundley grounds into a double play to end the inning. And then finally, Braves in the bottom of the sixth did nothing again, sorry to get your hopes up. It was nothing. They did fucking nothing. Nothing really happened in inning number 7. Nothing really happening in inning number 8. And finally, inning number 9. Vizcaíno gets another attempt. It's only 4-1, so it's kind of still within reach. He ends up 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 9th, Braves tried to make it interesting. They did make it very interesting. Bautista single, ripped it down third base line. Flowers gets up there, strikes out swinging. Flowers had a decent game, though. Camargo ends up working a walk, surprisingly. And behind Camargo, Suzuki gets up, doubles down the left field line. Bautista scores. Camargo was held at third for whatever reason, kind of uncharacteristic of Ron Washington and not send him. But either way, 4-2 Giants at that point. Ender, tough game. Ends up grounding out to first. Camargo scores, so it's kind of a sacrifice ground out to first base. They put Culberson in to run for Bautista there at third. And then Ozzie Albies is up. We're thinking really good. It's 4-3. Very first pitch, check swing, pops up to third base. Game over, just like that. So Braves ended up falling 4-3. Tough series. It'll be nice to go to Tampa here on Tuesday. And then I think they're in Miami after that. And then we do one game in Chicago, the makeup game in Chicago. And then we race back to Atlanta to do a 3-game series with the Cubs as well. So stay tuned, Braves. I know it was an ugly series, but they're a young team. I think we'll get it back together. And I think good things are still ahead of us. So again, this is Styles with Bach Dirty to Me Game Recap. And thanks for tuning in.